Dr. J here. Today we are going to get started discussing the 10 ways to conquer Candida, okay? So Candida is a fungi, okay? And it can get out of control when you have a history of taking antibiotics, and you have a lot of UTI infections, urinary tract infections. If you have thrush, which is when your tongue turns white in your mouth. If you have chronic fatigue all the time, if you're experiencing brain fog, these are all different symptoms, and these are only a few, that can say, hey, possibly I have a Candida problem, okay? So these are 10 surefire ways to overcome it, okay? So to jumpstart it, I would recommend a 3-day bone broth cleanse, okay? No other food, just your bone broth. I like it homemade because you get to add some things to it, which I'll discuss as we go, that will power it up to really shut down lower the Candida overgrowth, okay? As we give your body other things to kill it off as well, okay? So bone broth cleanse, 3 days. One of the things though that we need to do sometimes with this is to get a stool sample and find out just how bad it is. So you can always PM me for that so I can get you a kit if necessary, because then we'll know how long this is going to take you, because that's kind of key. All right. So number 2 would be to stop your starches, shut down your junk carbohydrates, okay, and stop feeding it with sugar. So you want to lower your starch intake across the board, and you want to increase your warming foods. So warming foods would be something like cinnamon is a warmer to the body. Chinese medicine says that. Your bitter vegetables, okay, like arugula, or romaine lettuce, or endive. Your bitter vegetables are your friends, and they warm you. There's also warming meats, amazingly, and that would be lamb, venison, even bison. Okay, so those are some choices that you can have while you eliminate the junk starches. That includes the precious potato. Okay, all right, and then number 3, it's a big one, is coconut oil. Coconut oil has 3 medium chain fatty acids that are bonus. That one of them is an antiviral, it's called lauric acid, and lauric acid kills off the lipid envelope, the outer casing of a virus, so that you can get in there and kill it. Okay, so once the outer layer is eaten up, taken away, then you can kill the virus very easily. And then the other 2 is caprylic acid and capric acid, and those go after the fungi. So coconut oil, 1 to 4 tablespoons throughout the day, not all at once, will help bring down Candida in the body. Now you want to not be taking it in as coconut kefir. I get asked that a lot. Kefir's great, but not right here, and not when we're trying to kill off Candida. Okay, flat out the oil's better. You can do the meat, the coconut meat, I mean, but not the kefir, okay? Just not right here. So hopefully that helps you, right? And then number 4 is the vegetables, fermented vegetables. This is a good place for me to tell you to watch the 10 foods that boost your probiotic health, okay? So fermented vegetables are like sauerkraut, kimchi, natto, because sour is powerful, okay? And when those sour veggies are in there, they're going to begin to kill off and control the amount of Candida that's being released and multiplied in the gut, okay? Those fermented veggies, you want to add in and think about apple cider vinegar or coconut vinegar as well, okay? Because they also help control and bring down, you guessed it, the Candida, okay? When we move on to number 5, which is podarko and thyme, podarko is a huge immune system booster. It's very powerful. So it will begin to go in and take out the excess Candida overgrowth as well. And you can drink it as a tea, 2 glasses a day. I would prefer it warmed because it's better for your body when it's warmed and not chilled. But you can do it, just 2 glasses a day. And then thyme, it's a spice, so you add it to more of your cooking, okay? It has terpenes in it, okay? So it's antifungal as well as antiviral and bacterial for that matter. So any of your spices that you add, you can jazz up your food and bring a much better control to bringing down your yeast overgrowth while you've stopped sugar, junk starches, the sweeter vegetables, okay? So anyway, so thyme is that spice, it's a terpene, and that terpene is then going to kill off the Candida. Bravo for that, okay? So then number 6 would be oregano oil or clove oil. So oregano oil is very hot, meaning when it touches your skin, your lips, the inside of your mouth, it can burn you, okay? So you take 2 to 3 drops, a little bit of warm water, swish it around. I use a straw, preferably in this instance, probably the only time you're gonna hear me say this, is a paper straw, or not a stainless steel one, but a paper. And drink it up as fast as you can, okay? It's still gonna be warm to your mouth. It's not gonna stop the warmness, but it is going to kill, because of its anti-fungi properties, the Candida. Beautiful, okay? You can also use the clove oil. You can also use clove powder, okay? And you can do oil pulling with about a tablespoon of coconut oil with 2 to 3 drops of the clove oil. It has certain properties that are healing to the gum, but if your thrush is in your mouth and you have a white tongue, you do oil pulling, and that's just basically gargling, swishing around in your mouth, you know, the coconut oil, so it drips over all of your teeth and it pulls it out across your tongue, and then spit it out, don't swallow it, okay? So that's just a little extra there. You can also just use the clove oil in with the oregano oil, but you want to do that 2 to 3 times a day. You know, you can do that up to about 14 days, but you have to make sure that you're not hurting your mouth with the oregano oil. Clove oil is a little spicy too. Hot, meaning temperature-wise, once it touches you. All right, but when you put it in the coconut oil and you do the oil pulling, it takes out the heat of it because it gets absorbed in the oil, okay? Okay, so number 7 is garlic. Garlic is great. Raw, sometimes when you have belly issues, can be a bit much. However, if you use it as a beautiful spice, dynamite. It has allicin in it and it's sulfur, and it will kill off and shut down the overgrowth of Candida. Okay, so all of these herbs I just mentioned, you can now put into your bone broth when it's simmering. Bonus. Okay, so then you're making your bone broth that much more powerful, okay? And so number 8 would be colloidal silver, okay? And I'm not talking about drinking tons of it, but colloidal silver is antifungal, viral, and bacterial, okay? And so you can get, parts per billion. You get a pharmaceutical grade, it's like 250 parts per million, and you can spray it in the back of your throat. You can take it nasally, okay, to kill it off. You can also take it under your tongue. You can put in a little bit of water. It's hard to overdose on silver. However, there have been people known to turn gray. And that's because they're consuming 1 liter a day. Not necessary ever, okay? So you can also get your colloidal silver fermented if you want to. Gotta dig around, but you can find it. Very beneficial to controlling Candida in the body. Okay, number 9 would be turkey tail mushrooms. Well, mushroom is a fungi, so you're thinking to yourself, why is this woman telling me to take another fungi when we got Candida, which is a fungi? Well, these are high-grade fungi, and they come in and boost your immune system and kill foreign invaders. So turkey tail is a great one. Reishi mushrooms is a great one. Chaga mushrooms is another great one. Any of those, specifically turkey tail, would be fabulous at bringing down your Candida. Okay? Okay, so number 10 would be, is actually the most important, would be your probiotics, okay? You need a soil-based microorganism probiotic, okay? So look it up. Megaspores does them. You can look that up online. But anyway, and so does Ancient Nutrition. Anyway, you can also buy them on my website. All right, so soil-based organisms. So you want the Bacillus species, okay? That would be like Bacillus subtilis, Bacillus clausi, Bacillus licheniformis, Bacillus coagulans. Those puppies will have zones of inhibition and they will shut off the growth of Candida in your body. They stay within your intestinal tract 2 to 3 days, so that's wonderful news, okay? Then you would add another one called Saccharomyces boulardii, okay? That baby is great, also stays in the system. None of these three have to be refrigerated. The Bacillus genus and the Saccharomyces don't have to be refrigerated, so that's kind of convenient, okay? And then the Saccharomyces boulardii releases lactic acid, which will destroy Candida in your gut, okay? So though the lactobacillus ones are good, they're not great when we're dealing with Candida specifically, okay? So yeah, so that's my information for the moment regarding 10 ways to conquer Candida. I hope this is helpful, okay? If you want to do the blood work for it and or the stool sample, you can let me know because we can get that to you, because then you're going to have more information on knowing how long it's going to take to overcome. Thank you for allowing me to help you take your next step together towards health. Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell to get your weekly reminders that I threw a video up, okay? Enjoy your day. Bless you. Thanks for tuning in.